Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then just welcome, and I hope that you will stick around. On my channel you can find loads of different crochet tutorials, and I always try to make sure that they are as beginner friendly as possible, but if at any point you have any questions or need extra help, then just feel free to reach out in the comment section below. And if you are new here, then please subscribe, and if you would like to support my work, then you're more than welcome to join my membership here on YouTube. Watch my videos, give me thumbs up if you like them. But today I'm out with yet another crochet tutorial, and this time I'm going to teach you how you can crochet this super cute and simple crochet coaster. And I have actually prepared multiple versions. So here I have one with rounded shape, and then something that is more like Christmassy and snowflake alike, and actually two versions of that. But anyway, this is going to be a very beginner friendly project. I'm also walking you through every single stitch and every single step, and I'm sure that everyone will be able to replicate it. So if you're looking for something easy to begin your crochet journey, or if you want to just have a quick weekend project, then this is it for you. But now without further ado, let's jump into it. Here are the materials that I will be using. Here I have some yarn, which is 4-ply cotton, and here I have a crochet hook. For this project I will be using 3mm hook, and you will also need scissors at the end, but otherwise yarn and hook is totally up to you, and it will basically determine the size of the coaster. But now let's get started. So to begin, I'm just grabbing my yarn like this, and our first step will be to do a magic ring. And for that I normally hold my yarn like that, then I wrap it around my fingers like this to create a cross shape here, and then I grab my crochet hook and I go underneath this first piece of yarn, and then I grab the second one and pull it through to kind of create a loop on my hook like this. And then to begin, we first have to chain 3. So I'm just grabbing yarn and pulling it through this loop. So this is one chain, then I can remove my fingers and proceed with doing the remaining 2 chains. So 2 and 3 like this. So now we have created the magic ring, and we have also chained 3, and these 3 chains will actually count as a double crochet stitch, so just keep that in mind. And now we can proceed further with doing this first round, and basically we will just have to do stitches here inside this magic ring, and we will be doing 11 double crochets, and then together with these 3 chains it will actually count as 12 double crochet stitches. So let's begin. And to do a double crochet you just have to yarn over, then go through this magic ring, then grab yarn and pull it up to have 3 loops on your hook like this, then yarn over and pull through the first 2 like that, then yarn over again and pull through remaining 2 like this. So this is one double crochet. Let's just do it one more time together. So yarning over, going through the magic ring, then grabbing yarn and pulling it through to have 3 loops on your hook, then yarning over and pulling through the first 2 like this, then yarning over again and pulling through the remaining 2 like that. So now we have done 2 double crochet stitches, and with these 3 chains in the beginning we actually have 3 stitches in total. And now we just have to keep on doing double crochets until we have 12 stitches in total. So I'm just doing that, and I'm placing all of these stitches that I'm doing inside this magic ring. And as I'm doing them, I'm also making sure that I always have 2 pieces of yarn underneath. So just make sure that you have that. And also, if you notice that perhaps that you are running out of this second piece of yarn, then you're more than welcome to just pull it to kind of get more of it, and it will also slowly start to tighten this circle. But now just proceed with doing 12 stitches in total. And now here I have done 12 stitches in total, and this is how it looks. And now we can proceed further with finalizing this first round. And to do that, we will first have to tighten this circle, and for that we basically just have to pull this loose end that we have here, and then as we are pulling it you can see that it's actually closing, and we are establishing kind of like a perfect round shape here. So now it's closed, and the next step is to basically connect the start and the end together. And to do that we will be using slip stitch, and we will be doing that here inside the 3rd chain from the very beginning. So I'm going through this 3rd chain, then grabbing yarn and pulling pulling it through, and then also pulling it through the loop that I already had on my hook, like this. So now this first round is finalized and connected, and we can proceed further with working on the second round. And to begin, we will have to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and again these 3 chains will count as 1 double crochet stitch. And then to proceed further, during this round we will actually be doing increases inside every single stitch that we have here. So actually we can start already with this first one, and we are placing 1 more double crochet inside this same space that we just did our 3 chains, and this basically counts as 2 double crochet stitches, so an increase. And then we are proceeding further with the next stitch, and in there we will also have to do 2 double crochet stitches. So this is 1, and then also in the same space I'm adding the second one, like this. So this is how it looks. So 2 stitches inside every single stitch that we have here from the previous round, and you basically just have to do with every single stitch that you have here. So here I have done 3 stitches already, and I have created 6 stitches in total. So just proceed with going all the way around until you reach the point where we started. And here I have gone all the way around, and now also the second round is finalized, and in total we have 24 stitches. And now to proceed further, we just have to connect this round together. So we are going to do it in the same way as before. We are just going through this 3rd chain from the very beginning and doing a slip stitch in there, like this. So now this second round is also connected together. And now we can continue with the 3rd round, and again to begin we will have to do 3 chains. So 1, 2 and 3, and again this counts as 1 double crochet. And throughout this round we will be doing some increases as well as regular stitches, and in the very beginning we are actually doing an increase, so adding 1 double crochet inside the same space, like this. So this again counts as 2 stitches and as 1 increase, basically, since we have 2 stitches in here. And then in the next stitch we are just doing 1 double crochet, so no increase in there, like this. And then again in the following one we are doing an increase, so 2 double crochets in the same space, like this. So here I added 1, and then also the second one, like this. So basically throughout this round we just have to do an increase and then a regular stitch, and then again an increase, and after that a regular stitch again. And here I have already added a few of them, and this is how it looks so far. So we have an increase in the beginning, then just double crochet, increase, and then again double crochet, increase, and then I'm doing another double crochet in the next one. So basically just keep on repeating this sequence and just continue doing stitches until you reach the other side. And here I have gone all the way around, and this is how our 3rd round looks like. And now in total I have 36 stitches, and we again just have to connect this round together. So here in the 3rd chain from the very beginning I'm again doing a slip stitch like this. And now we can proceed further with the 4th round, and again the process will be very similar as it was during the 3rd round. It's just that we will be doing less frequent increases. And to begin we are again doing 3 chains, which counts as double crochet, and then in the same space we are again doing a double crochet stitch. So basically we are again starting with an increase, so 2 stitches in here, and then after that in the following 2 stitches we just have to do 1 double crochet inside each of them. So this is 1, and then in the next one we are doing another one like this. So we have started with an increase and then 2 single double crochet stitches, and then in the next one we are again doing an increase. So this is basically our sequence or pattern for this 4th round. So an increase, 2 double crochets, an increase, and then again 2 double crochet stitches. So basically just again keep on repeating this and go all the way around until you reach the point where we started. And now here also the 4th round is finalized, and again we are just connecting it together. And here in this round we ended up doing 48 stitches in total. And now let's connect it together again with with slip stitch in the third chain like this. And now we can proceed further with the fifth round, which is going to be our final one for adding kind of like a border around. And for that we will be doing shell stitches, and also I will show you how you can add a picot stitch on top of every second shell stitch. So now let's begin. First we just have to chain one, and in this case this chain of one doesn't count as a stitch, and then inside the same space we are just adding a single crochet. So for single crochet you just have to go through this stitch, then grab yarn and pull it up to have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through both of them like this. So this is one single crochet. Then after that we just have to skip the following stitch, which is this one. We are skipping it, and then inside this next one we are doing 5 double crochet stitches, and all of them are inside this same space. So here I'm already doing the second one, then also the third one, and fourth and fifth. So just make sure to count along to have 5 stitches in total. So here I have 5 double crochets, and then after that I'm just skipping this one, and then in the next one again I'm doing 1 single crochet like this. So this is our shell stitch, and basically these are the steps that we have to keep on repeating all the way around. So now that I have done this single crochet, I'm again skipping one, and then in the next one I'm doing 5 double crochet stitches. And while doing these 5 double crochets, I will also show you how you can add a picot stitch on top of the middle stitch or third double crochet of these 5. So here I have done 3 double crochets, and we will add a picot stitch, which is totally optional. If you don't want to do it, you can just skip it, but if you wish, then you can just chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3 like this, and then we just have to do a slip stitch that goes through this V shape of this top of the double crochet. So I'm going through there, grabbing yarn and performing a slip stitch in there like this, and you can see that it kind of like creates a pointed shape on top of this double crochet. And then after that we are just proceeding with doing the remaining 2 double crochets inside this same space like this. So this is how it looks now that it is completed, and you can compare it with regular 5 double crochets and 5 with this picot stitch in the middle stitch. And after that again we are just skipping one, and then in the next one we are doing a single crochet like this. So this is how it looks. You can choose whatever you prefer the most, and you can do just simple shell stitches, or you can do shell stitches with picot stitch in the middle, or you can mix between both of them. In my case I will just be doing 1 regular and then 1 with the picot stitch, but otherwise just keep on repeating these steps. So now you just have to skip 1 and then do 5 double crochets, skip 1 and do single crochet, and then again skip 1, 5 double crochets, skip 1, single crochet, and then just go all the way around until you reach this point where we started. And here I have gone all the way around, and this is how it looks, and it almost looks like a tiny snowflake. But now we can finalize this very last round, and we basically just have to connect it together by doing a slip stitch here inside the first single crochet. So I'm just going through there and doing a slip stitch in there like this, and now we can fasten off. And for that we just have to chain 1, and then we're making this loop a little bit longer, and then I'm grabbing my scissors and cutting off yarn, and then as it's cut off we just have to tighten it in a secure knot like this. So now we have finalized this coaster, and then the very last step is to actually weave in both of these loose ends that we have here. And for that I normally just turn my work on the other side, and with my crochet hook I just grab yarn and loop it through the stitches in the back, so it's not hanging and it's not visible, and we are kind of like making this coaster pretty from both sides. And then I'm just doing it until everything is kind of hidden like this. So this is how it looks, and then we just have to do the same thing also with this other end to hide it here in the back side. But otherwise now our coaster is finalized, and this is how it looks. And here, just for comparison and inspiration, I have made 3 different coasters where the last round for the border is slightly different. So here is just a regular one with shell stitches at the end with no picot stitches. Here here is one that we did together with picot stitch on top of every second shell stitch, and here is one with picot stitch on top of every single shell stitch. So this is how it looks in comparison, and perhaps you will have some inspiration. And these with picot stitches definitely look more Christmassy and wintry, since it reminds a little bit of a snowflake. So that was it from me today. I really hope that your coasters turned out great, and if you did manage to replicate this project, then just feel free to share your creations with me. I'm always super excited to see what you are creating. And if you did enjoy this video, then please give me a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, then please subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!